Chapter 746. Adam turned around and left as soon as he was done speaking. Fury squatted in place and covered his face as he cried silently. His dignity for this lifetime had been trampled all over today. What was the point of living like this? The main point was that he would never be able to defeat the Anderson family. Even if he had a very deep hatred for them today, he would never be able to avenge himself or his family. He could not even think about it. Was there anything more painful than this? Yes, there was. The video of the stand-up comedy between Mr. Joey and his son, Ethan, was still circulating and spreading like wildfire online. The number of likes on the Instagram video had already exceeded more than 3 million likes. This was insane. About 10 minutes later, the two pilots and the mechanic from the helicopter finally came over to Orem Grand. The second he saw them, Fury felt as though he had just seen his savior. The three people helped Fury and his son, Edward, get into the car first before moving the other 6 immobile men into the car. After that, the driver took them to the elementary school playground where the helicopter was parked. The 3 of them then quickly helped the 8 people into the helicopter. After getting into the helicopter took off into the night as they headed straight to South Haven. When they came to Oris Hill, Fury and his son had both been very arrogant and high-profile when they arrived on their private jet. However, who would have expected both of them to have broken their hand and leg when they left Oris Hill? Moreover, they even suffered so much humiliation and insult in Oris Hill. As Fury and Edward sat in the cabin of the helicopter, both of them embraced each other and cried as they looked out at the bustling night view of Oris Hill. Neither one of them would have expected to end up in such a bleak situation on this trip to Oris Hill. The father and son cried for a long time before they finally regained their composure. At this time, Edward clutched tightly onto his broken hand and said angrily, "Dad, I do not understand what is going on. Alex is nothing but a piece of trash and the useless son-in-law of a small family. How could he possibly be so strong and powerful? How can he defeat Andrew and the other 5 bodyguards so easily?" After that, Edward continued speaking. "I do not know why I have a bad feeling that the reason why the Anderson family is targeting us is not simply because Andrew and the other bodyguards wounded and injured some of the employees working at Orem Grand. I have a feeling that the Anderson family is assisting Alex." Fury turned pale before he said, "You are overthinking it. Alex is just a regular son-in-law of a small family who is particularly strong. I believe that he might have practiced his fighting skills and undergone training under an expert before. However, he can't have anything to do with the Anderson family." Edward replied, "If so, why does it seem as though the Anderson family is helping him? Furthermore, Alex's last name is also Anderson. Do you think that perhaps Alex is a distant relative of the Anderson family?" Fury shook his head before he replied, "Did you see how the Anderson family protected their subordinates? They would not even allow a lowly lobby manager and their security guards to be bullied and mistreated by anyone. The Anderson family would even turn on the Whale family just because of this matter. If Alex was indeed a distant relative of the Anderson family, do you think that they would just sit back and watch as Alex maintains his status as the son-in-law of a small family in Oris Hill?" Fury continued, "I heard that Alex is often mistreated by his wife's family. What is even more important is the fact that his wife's family is nothing at all. They could not even be considered a third-rate family. If Alex was truly the distant relative of the Anderson family would have taken actions to put his wife's family in place long ago." As he spoke about this, Fury was filled with regrets as he said, "If I knew that Alex would be such a strong and powerful opponent, I would have mobilized at least a dozen or about 20 masters to kill and get rid of him once and for all. We would not have encountered so much trouble if he was dead." Edward could not help but feel a little bitter as they spoke about Alex. Thus, he hurriedly asked, "Dad, how should we deal with Alex then? Everything that happened today is all because of Alex. If Alex did not break Andrew and the other bodyguards, arms, they would not have offended Adam. If they did not offend Adam, we would not have indirectly offended the Anderson family. We absolutely cannot let him go just like that. Fury replied coldly, the current situation is very unfavorable for us. It will not be wise for us to make a move against Alex at this point. We should maintain and keep a low profile for a short while after returning to South Haven. Once everything has passed, we will then come up with another long-term plan to deal with Alex. Edward was very shocked and blurted out, Dad. Alex made the Whale family lose face in front of the people in this whole country and you are just going to forget it? Fury replied coldly, who said that I am going to just forget it? Anyone who dares to offend the Whale family will have to pay for their actions with their lives. Alex not only broke your hand, but he also destroyed the reputation and dignity of the Whale family. I must exact revenge and make him pay for the consequences of his actions. A debt of blood must be paid in blood. I will make sure he dies an ignominious death.